Cables are a hassle to deal with. That's something we can all agree on. It would still be annoying enough if all they did was get tangled, but they also limit your movement. And the absolute worst kind of cables seem to be headset cables. It doesn't take long for these to catch on something and jerk the headset right off your head. It's infuriating, especially when it happens several times in a single gaming session. The way we see it, the best way to avoid the problem is to get rid of cables altogether and go wireless. Wireless technologies are getting better by the day, and the gaming world has already embraced them. In fact, wireless gaming headsets are already well established as a mainstream product. Now, we've already made a video on wireless headsets and what their pros and cons are. We won't be doing that again. Instead, today we'll be making a different kind of video, our first buyer's guide video. So without any further ado, let's take a look at and review the 6 best wireless gaming headsets right now. Let's start with the brand that every gamer has heard of, the PlayStation. Sony makes everything from TVs to smartphones, but the console is their crown product. And along with every new generation of consoles, they make a whole range of peripherals and accessories that go along with it. The PlayStation Gold headset has a sleek and minimalistic design and sports the signature black and blue color scheme of the PS4. Plus, the faceplates can be swapped out, allowing for some more customizability. The headset is excellent for long gaming sessions because their leather ear pads were made to comfortably fit any ear without exerting too much pressure. What's more, the earpieces are foldable, giving it a degree of portability that few gaming headsets have. But these are just the things that meets the eye. So let's take a look at the hidden features. We keep saying headset, but at first glance, these look more like consumer headphones. But there actually is a microphone built in there, and a really good one at that. It's just that you can't see it because it's built directly into the earpiece. And as the final icing on the cake, these headphones come equipped with a virtual 7.1 surround technology for that added spatial awareness that stereo just can't offer. Although since it is a Sony product, it should come as no surprise that the virtual surround is only available on the PS4 and the PS3. You'll have to settle for stereo when using that on your PC or on your smartphone. Also, they're completely incompatible with Xbox consoles, but that was to be expected. The next item on our list is the Corsair Void Pro RGB. If you've never heard of Corsair headsets, that's perfectly understandable. They've only expanded into this market recently. But even so, they're already established themselves quite well, and this model is one of their best ones yet. The design is futuristic to say the least, but it wasn't just made to look good, it feels good on your head. Of course, that's to be expected when you have memory foam padded earpieces. You could wear this headset for hours and you wouldn't even feel it. Although it doesn't feel as good in your hands because the exterior feels as if it were made from some cheap plastic. It's not the worst thing, but we felt we had to point it out. Otherwise, it's excellent. It has a foldable microphone, Dolby 7.1 virtual surround, and excellent controls. But the thing that stands out the most has got to be the battery life and the signal range. The battery can last an upwards of 16 hours without having to recharge. Couple this with the fact that the headset is responsive even at 40 feet away from your computer, and you have a device capable of getting you through even the longest gaming sessions with complete freedom of movement. Just fair warning, the headset can only be used wirelessly on a PC. So if you're looking for a device that you can use on the PC and consoles alike, then you should keep looking. Luckily, the next entry may be just the one for you. The next entry in our list is the A50 model by ASTRO Gaming. When a company that has gaming in its name releases a headset that costs over $200, then you know you're in for a treat. Now you'll either love or hate the attention-grabbing design, but you won't be buying a headset this expensive only to look at it. It's more important to consider what's inside. An excellent sound quality is to be expected for this price, but let's take a look at what other features the ASTRO A50 has to offer. First, there's the Dolby 7.1 virtual surround. A neat feature, but one that's expected in a high-end headset. But the headset does up the ante, augmenting the virtual surround with its ear cups that you can open and close at your convenience. Next, there's the detachable microphone, which is honestly a bit underwhelming. It's more than good enough for a voice chat, but the sound quality is nothing to marvel at. So if you're a streamer or someone who has higher performance requirements, then we can't advise using this microphone. On the flip side, it is one of the few wireless headphones you'll find that's compatible with both the PC and the two consoles. But just be aware of this, it's very important. The headset comes in 2 separate versions that offer compatibility with either the PS4 or the Xbox One. So just make sure that you buy the version that goes with your console. The SteelSeries name is one you're probably already familiar with if you're a longtime gamer. They've been at the top of their game for nearly 2 decades, and the Arctis 7 can only cement the legacy of high standards that the company had set for themselves. The thing you'll appreciate most about this headset is just how comfortable it is. Not only are the earpieces quite sizable, but they use both memory foam padding and soft airweave cloth on top of it. It really is as comfortable as it sounds. It's also available in black, white, gray, blue, and red to accommodate a variety of tastes. And each of these color schemes nicely complements the clean and minimalistic design. The rest of the features are all pretty standard, but still unique. For example, there's naturally a microphone, but what's unique about it is that it's a retractable microphone, which has all the convenience of being a detachable one without any fear of losing it. It has convenient controls on both earpieces, and it has virtual surround capabilities, but it doesn't use the Dolby software to emulate it, but the DTS Headphone X. It's not necessarily a better visualization software, but it's a different one, and if you're interested in these sorts of things, then you can read all about it in the company's webpage. However, it does suffer from some compatibility issues. You can use the Arctis 7 wirelessly with PC and PS4, but that's where the list ends. And what's more, the DTS Virtual Surround is only available on PC. Plantronics is a company well renowned for their high-quality audio products, which they've been putting out for well over 5 decades now. But this particular headset, however, is actually a budget solution, which should be obvious at a glance. The exterior design is basic. Most of the frame is covered in black plastic, and the only distinguishing feature besides the GameCom logo on the microphone is the orange highlighting inside the ear cups. Still, we want this buyer's guide appealing to all buyers. So to add some more diversity to the price range of the entries, here's our pick for the best budget wireless headset currently available. And it's not like it's not without neat features of its own, like the flip-to-mute microphone. But the best thing is, once more, the battery life. It's nowhere near the Corsair headset, but a 10-hour battery life is still excellent for a budget solution. The biggest issue with this headset is just that it can get uncomfortable. We have to praise the sturdy yet lightweight design that goes a long way to ensure comfort, but it's just not enough. The problem with this headset lies in the earpieces. They tend to be too tight. This won't be a problem when you put it on, but after a while you can expect some ear pain or sweating. Furthermore, it doesn't have any Xbox compatibility, not even a wired one. Still, while this headset may stand out as the least desirable on our list, remember that it's a budget solution, and in our opinion, the ideal budget solution. You're unlikely to find anything better in this price range. And finally, we've come to the last entry on this list, the Sennheiser HD 4.50. There's just something about German companies that makes people trust them to deliver a quality product. If you're wondering what this is, well, it's probably their impressive track record. And when you're buying from a German company that's been in business since 1945, then you just know you're getting your money's worth. So let's see how this entry lives up to the hype. The Sennheiser HD 4.50 has a simple design with smooth surfaces and simple edges. The color scheme is also pleasant, but nothing that grabs your attention. So at first glance, you might think that this device isn't a gaming headset at all. And honestly, you'd be right. Technically, it isn't. Its target demographics aren't gamers, but audiophiles and music enthusiasts. Still, we're confident that this excellent piece of tech can fulfill every need a gamer might have. It features the company's very own NoiseGuard noise cancellation technology, which is simply one of the best. It uses aptX that makes sure ubiquitous wireless issues like the sound quality and lag are at their all-time minimum. And it even uses near-field communication technology that makes setting up wireless connections easier than it's ever been. All you have to do is touch the transmitter with the headset and it'll start receiving the signal. Of course, seeing as how it's not technically a gaming headset, it should come as no surprise that it has no native console support. Other than that, the only downside is that the foldable leather earpieces that are quite comfortable on their own don't have any cushioning, which can prove problematic in longer gaming sessions. Other than that, the only thing that could be construed as a downside would be the price. But the headset is honestly not overpriced. It's just that good. Now, before we move on to our conclusion, we want to give some friendly advice. If you want to make sure you're buying the ideal headset for you, you should ask yourself these 3 questions. Microphones are what make headsets headsets. Without them, they'd just be headphones. But you really should consider whether this may not be the better solution for you. Unless you play a lot of multiplayer, or rather use voice chat a lot, then the microphone really isn't a feature you should concern yourself with. Next, you ought to consider whether you even really need a wireless headset in the first place. After all, wireless headsets will always be more expensive than their wired counterparts. So you want to make sure you're paying the extra money for a reason. If you own a console or connect your PC to a TV, then there's definitely merit to getting them. You'll need the unrestricted movement. Of course, there are merits to using a wireless headset even if you game exclusively on a PC that's a couple of feet away from you, but these are for you to decide. And finally, always keep in mind just how much money you're willing to spend on a hobby. And for most of us, gaming is just that, a hobby. It's very easy to convince yourself that you need something that you don't. So if you've never used a 200 headset before, then maybe you shouldn't start now. At the least, make sure to try out an expensive headset before buying it, because you may find the difference in sound quality underwhelming. So long as you stick to these guidelines, we're sure you're gonna make a smart purchase. If you're wondering which one of these is our favorite, wonder no more. That honor goes to the Arctis 7 by SteelSeries. It simply has the best all-around versatility in this list. The sound may not be world-class, but it's still great. Everything about this headset just seems to work. The powerful bass, high fidelity, and even the virtual surround are all spot on. Plus, its design is such that both hardcore gamers and casual users can appreciate it. However, if you're looking for a budget solution, then we feel that the GAMECOM 181 is the ideal choice. It's affordable by most standards, and we don't believe that you can get anything better in this price range. And there it is, our first buyer's guide video. Please let us know what you thought in the comments below. We'd love to keep making these videos if you enjoy watching them. And as always, if you find this video helpful, then don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Gaming Scan.